The Life of Chuck. This was a movie that I really had no knowledge of. I was scrolling through things on Fandango to go see, and I was asking my lady if she had a preference, and she actually chose this one, which is nice sometimes because I feel like I'm always the one that's picking the movie. I mean, obviously. And in truth, she actually did really good with this pick. The Life of Chuck is the latest Stephen King novel turned movie. Well, I believe that The Life of Chuck is actually like a short story, and they decided to make a movie out of it. This was directed by Mike Flanagan, and man, the star power in this movie. I mean, Tom Hiddleston and Mark Hamill right off the get-go. So, I mean, it's very interesting. And honestly, I don't know how well I can critique this movie. It made me feel dumb at first, and I kind of had to reflect a little bit on it. I've never read the short story that Stephen King wrote, so I went into this movie completely blind. I didn't see any trailers. I didn't follow any leaks or rumors or updates. Nothing. This was one of those just, hey, let's go out and watch a movie. And honestly, upon doing my research, I just realized that this movie technically came out last year in September at the Toronto International Film Festival, but then later was acquired by Neon, who were able to get the rights to release this summer of this year. So there's definitely people that have seen this already, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. And really, all I could really say about this movie is that it is a very heartwarming commentary on life and the importance of the connections that you make during your life. So in this movie, we follow a man by the name of Charles Krantz, primarily played by Tom Hiddleston. And we kind of see his life unfold, different tragedies that happen to him, dealing with loss, making new friends, and meeting new people who you find out by the end of the movie had a really big impact on his life, while he is potentially looking at the end of his in this movie. And this all plays an important role because the man is sick. And I don't want to give too much away. It's just kind of hard to talk about this movie without giving at least a little bit of clues here and there, but I'm gonna do my best. I will say though that when I first sat down to watch this movie and the movie opens up and it tells you that we're starting at Act 3, I thought we were in a horror film. I genuinely thought we were in a horror film because the stuff that goes on in this movie when we deal with Chiwetel's character, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Mordo, what we calling him. But he's kind of the first character that we get introduced to, and just the way that that whole act played out, I thought we were in a horror film. And then as you get deeper into the movie, it lightens up, it tells you what's going on, explains to you what exactly we're doing. And by the end of it, in all truth, I was a bit confused on what the entire message was supposed to be until I had a conversation with my lady and we kind of traded ideas back and forth, and she explained to me what was going on, and it clicked after that. But it is a beautiful story about following this man who, at a time in his life where he is feeling the most down and he is sick and potentially coming to the end of his life, he reflects on the people who made an impact in his life, the people who he impacted in his life, and gives himself permission to acknowledge that he was a good person. And I actually think that it is a story that maybe some people need to see, but we have some great performances in this movie. I actually think that Matthew Lillard, not a whole bunch of screen time, but his performance in this one scene was so phenomenal, and it made me remember just how good of an actor Matthew Lillard is. And he's done a lot of horror, obviously mostly known for Scream, but his maybe 5 minutes performance in this movie just solidified him as a great actor for me. Mark Hamill is another one who I think does a great job. He plays our main character's grandfather, and he does a great job at changing his moods and playing this old grungy but yet optimistic and realistic grandparent. I can still never see him as anything other than Luke Skywalker unless I close my eyes and I can imagine Joker. Tom Hiddleston, obviously another great actor who just bodies this role. There is a dance scene in this movie, and I have never seen Tom Hiddleston get down like that, but damn, it was definitely entertaining. And there's a lot of the cast that just feel natural. They really embodied their characters, took the project serious, and I don't feel like anywhere in the performance was any lacklustering portrayal. They all did a fantastic job. The cinematography in this movie is absolutely beautiful. There are some really amazing shots and really beautiful within the context of the movie. From camera angles to color grading, everything just looked really sharp. And along with this whole main story, at least in the first act, well, really, I guess the third, there is a small commentary on the dependency of technology, and I really like those conversations because technology is weird. I feel like it has been damaging to humankind, but it's also something that we kind of need, and it's about finding that middle line of when enough is enough and when you need it. And I think that that beginning piece of the movie, it did a decent enough job to kind of hit that point. But as I said, there's a lot that I could say, but it would kind of get into spoiler territory, and I don't really want to do that. I think that this is a nice movie that you should check out and enjoy your time with it. It's one of those movies you go to see to feel something. It might even make you reflect a little bit, but I did enjoy this film. It was a good time. I was really shocked too, because like I said, didn't know anything about this movie, so I had no intrigue, and I don't know what I expected, but it was not what I expected at all. But it was a really well done and well-crafted movie. Got me a little bit interested in that short series, so I might check it out. But I'm gonna leave that there. If you did go and check out The Life of Chuck, what did you think about it? And how did this one make you feel? And if you stayed into the end of this video, I really appreciate you. Thank you. Hit that like button so we can flesh this video out, get it out to more people. Also, consider subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss any future content that gets dropped on the channel. But that is how it goes, man. I'm out of here. Y'all be smooth and stay geeked up.